G'day and welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of the Torana build, and today we're working on the interior. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Old school only is go. So I left you last time with me painting the floor. That's all done. It's still a bit tacky, that was last night. Today I have been very busy doing little things. A bit of running around as well, but check this out. Dashes in. Come up all right. I didn't film all that because it's just tedious and boring. Big shout out to Mark from Choppers Rule 1. He gave me this Specco gear knob and a few other bits and pieces. There you go, mate. Let's get some good use. So today's Friday and I've got Dan from Aussie Garage coming tomorrow to install all the upholstery. It's gonna absolutely transform this car. We're 7 days in and we're on the downhill slide, I reckon. We've got a little bit of mechanical to do. Brakes, suspension, a little bit of wiring, steering, just basic mechanical work, which is the easy stuff. And then once all that's done, I can start on the body. I'm going to do a little bit of rust repairs on the body. I'm not going crazy with it, but this thing will be pretty much rust free by the time it leaves this place. I've got another 2 weeks up my sleeve and we're kicking it hard. Here's a little sneak peek of the wheels. Fitted one tyre on. Got some cool centers for it, some chrome nuts. One of the jobs I've got to get done before tomorrow is repair this seat. So they mount them like that. And this was the worst one. So basically I've got to make that on that side because it's rusted away, and repair the feet because the feet are cactus. Reading through a lot of the comments on DJ's channel, people are asking about the pacer. He's not showing you stuff. You know what? I'm going to show you some stuff, some behind the scenes pacer stuff. Just don't tell DJ. So those that are familiar with Automotive Carnage channel, you'll be well aware of this thing. It's a VF pacer, a genuine one that he found in the desert. He's done a stack of work on it. All the front end's been rebuilt. All the steering, suspension. It's got a nice set of jelly beans, we call them over here in Australia. He's replaced the whole floor. That floor came out of a blue pacer, which was on its roof, and it was pretty knackered. But because it was on its roof, everything upside down was in good condition. So he completely unpicked that floor out of the other car and spot welded it back in here. It's a genuine pacer. They had a slant 6 in it. I don't think DJ's putting another slant back in it, although I'm encouraging him to. He's got some other ideas. But apart from a couple of lower bits, which you expect on some of these old cars, a little bit in the sill, she's really good. She's straight. Okay, maybe not that straight. The boot's not straight, but look, still got the remnants of the decal on the back. I love this car. I really want to help him with this, so I'm kind of hoping he invites me back so I can spend some time on this with him, get it on the road. It's really cool. So anyway, there you go. There's a little pacer update for you guys that you've been screaming out for. You're welcome. And while we're gas bagging, I have to do a couple of shout outs. People that have helped me. The generosity of people has absolutely blown my mind on this car. Kevin, Chock, mate, you're a legend. Kevin is a ex-serviceman from the army, and he's got PTSD as well. We had a bit of a connection and he loaded me with Torana spares. Blew my mind, just the generosity. Awesome bloke. Even this shirt, like I'm an ex-firey. His stepdad was an ex-firey. he gave me this shirt. I didn't want to accept it, but he insisted. So, mate, I'm wearing it. So thanks, mate. Genuinely really appreciate it. Thank you very much. The other big shout out I want to give out is to Pedders Cannington, who have given me springs and other bits and pieces. I really appreciate that. They're in Western Australia. Mate, if you're in another state, I'm sure they will ship stuff to you. Tell them that you're a friend of Byron from down the shed, and I'm sure they'll do you a good deal. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your support. So now that the interior area is ready for the upholstery, I can start getting into some of the other stuff that needs work. And the first thing I'm going to do now is take this fuel tank out. It has a little hole in it right there. I'm going to soak it in citric acid, see if there's any other holes. We'll repair those, clean it out, and hopefully we can use this fuel tank. So let me get the impact driver and we'll start trying to get these screws out. There's one little thing I want to show you before I get into the boot. I had quite a few broken studs here. The doors were drilled off by the looks of them, and they've got to come out. I've just removed 3 there. That thing's flush in there. Doesn't look happy, but let me show you an easy way to get them out. So ideally, you want to have a clean surface so when you strike it, the MIG fires up. You'll need a MIG or a welder to do this. So I'll just give that a quick clean. Because if it's an odd rusty bolt, it's just going to bounce off it. You want a good earth there, so I just went up to hardware and bought a whole heap of gal nuts, just sacrificial nuts. And that one isn't going to sit there because there's nothing for it. Oh, look at that. It is sitting there. I don't know how long that's going to last on there, but we'll try it. So all you do, you get the welder and you burn the hell out of it. So the way I do it, I form a good solid weld in the middle and then fill that thread up with weld. And when it's glowing red hot, it should just come undone quite easily. The rest of them have, and that's normally how it works. So you'll see a bit of smoke and fire and all sorts of fun things happening with these nuts. They're, the gal on it goes off like phosphorus. Probably is phosphorus, I don't know. Got no idea, but it's pretty bright. Righto. Look at that. It's coming. It's as easy as that. I mean, to look at those studs, there was no way in hell you'd think you'd be able to get them out, but that's loose. It's the heat, breaks it all up on the inside, all the rust and everything else that's holding it in. All done. Let me show you a little trick on how to get a screw out that's got a wrecked head. So you can use a fine cutting disc on an angle grinder, but DJ's got this nifty Ryobi Dremel, portable one, and it works a treat. Fine little cutting blade, and I'm going to cut a slot in there so my impact driver, my flat bladed impact driver, can get in there and get a bite on it, and hopefully we can undo it without having to grind it off. Try that. Beautiful. That there is why I bought a new sander. Let's just hope I don't have to buy a fuel tank, because the only ones you can buy are XU1 tanks, which are like $700. I don't need an XU1 tank. I mean, I'll be driving this to the Woolies, man. That's about it. So let's hope this works. The something in there. It's not empty. Doesn't smell like petrol. Probably just water, I'd say. Let's see what we got inside. At least we know it doesn't leak, hey? Look at that. Water. There's a shot of the underside. It actually looks all right. Righto, I'm going to leave you at that tonight. I'm going to kick on with this seat. Hopefully I've got DJ back on the tools with me tomorrow. That'll be awesome to have some help again. Upholstery tomorrow. See you then. Righto, so I've just knocked up a piece to replace the piece that's not here anymore. There's the original one. And that will get welded onto there. Then I can drill the holes and weld some bolts on the back, and we'll have the seat, top half of the seat repaired anyway. What are you up to, mate? It's good to have you back on the tools.
Yeah, finally got back out here after being stuck at work. So yeah, just finishing off the stuff now. We've got the rear training arms back in the car, so I think that's the first thing to go back in, which is really a good turning point.
Awesome.
And yeah, I figured since Byron, the little big player, had good goal about painting the front end and you painted the training arms, I did the right thing and painted the diff.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea, mate. Reconditioned.
Yeah, exactly. Give it a Dulux rebuild and it should be good to go.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, hopefully down big and certain springs and I'll be able to whack it all in for good.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Righto for the feet, it's pretty straightforward. All I'm doing is simply using a piece of angle, which I've cut out of this. Put them in the right spot, drilling the holes in the right spot. This foot was half there. You can see it down here, I cut it off and I'll weld that piece on and I'll go around and repair what I need to repair around here the same way. There you go. The seat that was going to go in the bin, DJ said it was no good and we needed a new one.
It's just a lost cause, but it's useless, mate.
Dan, how you going?
Yeah, really good, man.
You're into it.
Yeah, I'm into it. I've last 48 hours has been pretty hectic, but mate, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there for you. So,
What on earth possessed you to get involved in this and do this?
oh, just a phone call, and it sounded like a good idea at the time. So, you know, here we are.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, all good, mate.
It's all coming together. It's going to be a totally different car once all that's in there.
Oh, 100%, mate. Like, I mean, from what this car was to where it's going is a massive transformation in the amount of time, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, hence a bit of sleepless night last night and just burning the midnight oil to get this done. For a full resto on the seats in overnight, that's pretty good, even though it certainly wasn't a full resto.
Yeah. Mate, as long as it's comfy enough to get me home, I'm happy.
Now, front seats I really fussed on for you, and I did have a little surprise for you.
Yeah.
Right, this is not it's not anything sexual.
Ah,
I put a pump up lumber in there for you.
you're joking.
Nah.
Stop it. I've heard you like your little tricks and pieces in your trim.
Mate, I do.
Yeah.
I certainly like to get a bit outside the box, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Well, mate, I really appreciate it because my plan was just to chuck some foam, like some mattress foam and some dodgy blankets over the things and drive it home like that. So this is just magnificent.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
I don't, no, you can't do 3,500 Ks, 4,000 Ks on those things. There would have been nothing left of your back or your ass by the time you get home, mate. It would have been like sitting on a cheese grater.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. Can't wait to see this thing on the road, eh?
Same.
Yeah.
Another big shout out to Cannington Pedders. Hooked us up with some springs. DJ's in the process of fitting the diff. How you going over there, brother?
Mate, we're almost there. I just got to put on the bottom retainer bolts for the springs, the shocks, and then we are good to go.
Mate, it's looking good.
Yeah. Never want to do a Torana rear end again.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
right.
Nice.
So-
Well, glad I got you at this end of it.
Exactly. Done it once, then that's all that needs to be done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Diff's in. How cool. Springs, shocks. Good on you, DJ. all new rubbers, everything is sorted. One thing I've been hanging to do is chuck my wheels on, so I'm going to magic them on right now. And before I forget, just a shout out to Shane's Chassis and Fabrication out at Picton. He donated an awesome pair of drums for this car. Thanks, mate. I'll have the link in the description for him. There you go. How cool does that look? Needs a set of Red Bulls though. Listen to these two. They sound like a married couple.
You're lucky my father's here, or else I'd say other things.
Sound deadener, then underlay. She's going to be one sweet ride. That'll work. Check that out. Carpet, seats, wood lining, everything's done. Dan from Vision Auto Trim, you are an absolute champion.
No worries, mate.
What have you got to say for yourself?
I'm going home to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, no, look, you know, when I heard what you were doing, I thought, yeah, that sounds like something that I'd like to be a part of.
Yeah.
You know, so when DJ got in touch with me, I thought, yeah, I'll put my hand up for that, no worries. It's been a bloody hard slog. Like, I mean, I started this 3 days ago, the trim work.
Yeah.
From a rusty couple of frames and just...
Right.
So, yeah, having the covers pre-made though, like getting that pre-made cover set just made all the difference.
It's magic, mate. Come up unreal. It's even put a lumbar support in there for me from the back. Look at this. You pump it up. Boom, boom, boom. Very, very cool. Mate, it's unreal.
I went a little bit different on this one where I took all the springs out and made the foam bases. We touched on that before though, I think.
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
that's just made a massive difference.
Very comfortable,
to
yeah.
this thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
That's
mate,
awesome, mate. Thank you very much.
not a problem at all, man. Too easy.
Good on ya.
No worries.
So a massive shout out to Dan at Vision Auto Trim. He's one of the Aussie garage guys. And who's that sneaking around behind there? He's put in a massive effort. I'm really appreciative of him. So if you need some trim done and you're in Western Australia, check out Vision Auto Trim. I'll link his information in the description. I prepped all the engine bay. I've started painting that. I'm ready to start working on the engine and gearbox stuff. DJ's underneath installing a brand new brake pipe, which he's just finished making. How you going under there, brother?
Pretty good considering it's the first time we've ever made a brake line.
You've done
As you
well.
can see it, it's not going to be the prettiest line, but she's going to do the job.
Looks great, mate. Well done.
And besides, you're going to be looking at that brand new interior more than you're going to be looking under this car.
Yeah. The steering rack's been apart and it's been serviced and greased, all ready to go back in. Got to put some new boots on it. They're on the way. And that fuel tank, remember I said it wasn't leaking? Well, you start getting rid of the rust. It's got pinholes everywhere. And in the top, we knew we had one hole, but there's lots. So I had it on that cement mixer there for a few hours. It's loosened everything up on the inside, but what we're going to do is get some fuel tank sealer. It works like a membrane inside the tank, so it fills all the holes. We'll probably put something over this to stop it from leaking out, but it fills all the holes and it's permanent and it fixes the tank, so that'll be fine. So I'm going to put some doors on and do some other mucking around, but that wraps up this video. So stay tuned, be good to your mates, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. What do you reckon, chicken? What do you reckon, mate? Pretty cool.